Hey everybody, it's Angel from Halo Inspirations. We give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. I was just making sure my microphone was on because we all know I've been there. And this is Angel, but we also have
The May. Ma'am.
Mayhem. Yeah. We're both here together, and this is our live chair chip chat. Usually we do it the first Wednesday of the month. And yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. Welcome, Dawn. Welcome, Sherry and Kitty Cat. Yeah, this is a pleasant surprise. By the way, no guilt allowed. No, no, no. It would have been just fine to watch the hashtag replay. That is for sure. But I'm glad you made it. Yeah, the time difference isn't too bad because she is in the Netherlands. We appreciate her being here. We've got Sewing with Lane. It's just afternoon there in San Francisco. Hope the weather's doing well. I've seen so many stories come out of California lately with weather and such. But yeah, hey, it's nice to see you too. Hey there, Mom. Glad to see you. Oh, she said nope. Now, I don't have the box up today because I got a lot of stuff to talk about and to share. And we're going to start with our best part, which is sharing some of the inspirations and creations that you cherubs have given us within the last month, right? And I got notes because I got a lot to talk about. And these earbuds, man, I'm telling you, I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. Oh, and I think I'm gonna sneeze. If I do sneeze, I will mute. I promise. All right. So, hello, Sharina. Glad to see you too. We've got all over the place. This is awesome. Glad to see y'all are here. I will tell you, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our cherubs inspirations. This is my favorite part. And then we had a cherub ask a question related to needles. So we're going to go a little bit into that. And then some new products and just a question for you guys. So, are you ready, Michael?
Mm.
I just caught him taking a drink. Yeah, I've got my water with me. But I'm not taking a drink in the middle of asking a question, right? Okay. Hope y'all are ready. So we're going to start this off with a bang. And again, Happy New Year to y'all. I hope y'all are finding day 4 of the new year most fantabulous. I know I am. All right, so I've got these in a certain order, and I have my notes in a different order, so this is going to be a little challenging. But the first person is Sherry with an S. And she did 2 projects last month. One of them is this one. And any of you who did the Countdown to Christmas with Missouri Star, this was one of the projects in there. And she actually did hers, and it turned out super cute. I think that's leather, and then the holes were pre-done and you just had to stitch them. Very easy project. Made a little pocket thing, little bag thing. You know, you can see the snap. Super cute, super simple. I actually sent mine to my granddaughter. And with her other grandmother's help, it might be a fun little project for her. So I thought it was really cute to see that. Love the panel behind me. Well, we're going to talk about that. Super cool. Thank you. I do too. It's a lot of fun. But Dawn says that's cute. Yeah, I love that too. I wanted to make it, but I thought it would be more fun for my granddaughter. You know, I'm trying to get her intrigued in sewing. I mean, who doesn't do that, right? So that was her first finish. And then the second one, I believe this is a pattern from her local quilt shop. I don't know if I saw Sherry with an S in here. She might not be because she might be working. It's a door hang, I believe. Okay. But it's snowmen and it's so super cute. I had to share it with you guys because isn't that darling? That is super darling. So that is her second finish, and I'll get some more information, from her, as far as, I think it was a local quilt shop kind of thing, but I'm going to ask and I'll put it in the description once I have the information in case you're interested and we can purchase it somewhere else. Right. So that was her second. Now, the last 2 photos that Sherry has. Oh, I didn't grab it. Darn. Okay, so she works at a casino on a Indian tribe reservation. She's an accountant. And every holiday season, the casino puts together bags, or not bags necessarily, gifts. Um, and they like some creativity from the employees, but they're gifts for the elder members of the tribe that are actually living in the, I wrote it down so I wouldn't mess this up, the tribe's elderly center residence. So they make these every year, and it might be a wreath, it might be a tree. She said one year they did gingerbread houses. How cool is that? But this year she was given, nope, that's not it. She's given this, okay? Yeah. It was a stocking, and she didn't know quite what to do with it because the material, you know how the material is that it's really thin, and so she was worried about a lot of different things, not, especially with ironing, because she didn't want it to melt, and various different things. But what she ended up doing, inside her shop, we have, and I was going to bring it, and I totally spaced it. So there is a calendar, a gnome calendar, and it's a wall hanging, and then the center has a different gnome for every month, and it's really darling. And she has made that, but she took one of the gnomes, as you saw a preview, because I can't get my buttons straight. That's a gnome from that calendar pattern, okay? And I believe it's December. So, I mean, it looks like December, right? So she saved the pattern, because you can when you do applique, and she just recreated that gnome on top of that really thin, she put it on fabric, obviously, and then she stitched it onto the stocking. I think this just turned out super cute, and I thought it was super resourceful, and that's, exactly one of the terms I talk about when I talk about quilters. Y'all are so resourceful. And that is a great example of being resourceful. So the casino then takes all the stockings that the people, did something with, and they were filling them for the elder residents. So I thought that was really, really cool. Love the snowman. I knew my mom would love the snowman. She's over there on Facebook. Oh, no, you're okay, kitty cat. We got it done. Love the snowman too, Sherry says. Cute, says kitty cat. Super cute, right, Sherry? It is. It definitely is just a great, great idea on what you can do with things that you have patterns for. You can use them for multiple reasons, and I thought that was brilliant. So I wanted to share that with you, and it turned out so darling. All right, next I have Dawn on the list. And Dawn, you're here, so I'm glad, because I had a question. I'm just going to wing it, because that's what I do when I have to. But I've got 4 for Dawn, and the first 2... is a t-shirt quilt or memory quilt, okay? I think this is the front of the t-shirt quilt, could be the back, or t-shirt / memory. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dawn. Oh, wow, smart and beautiful, right? That's awesome, Dawn says, and that's about the stocking. So Dawn, I have a little bit of a delay. Okay, so this is, from my understanding, this is one side, and that was the other. Am I wrong? You're here, so now I get to ask. But how awesome is that? This is her own creation. This is, taking those memorabilia, whether they're t-shirts or what, and putting them on a quilt. We all know about t-shirt quilts. And we love them because they're awesome. But got to scroll, make sure I can see. I'm just going to go back one more time. That's, from my understanding, that's one side, and that's the other. Love that quilt. Great job. Great taste in bands. Yeah, I knew you'd like that. I like it too. So I thought that was so awesome. I'm not sure what you're worried about there, Dawn. You have to tell me later, I guess. Then what I thought was really cool is that she, for those of you who've been around a while, you'll know that Dawn, our cherub, is a craft show entrepreneur. I'm trying to think of how to put that. And she does multiple craft shows throughout the year. And so one of the things that she makes is a casserole carrier. This is the front. I love the fabrics, guys. I think that is so pretty. That's the front. or the outside of the casserole carrier. So she does have handles on it and stuff. So there's a whole system to it. But she makes these for her shops, for her craft shows. And here is the back side. Isn't that neat? I was blown away that was a casserole carrier. So super cool. Absolutely love it. And I just thought I'd share that with you because that's another, if you're looking for smalls that you can make, I'm sure I don't know how to do the casserole carrier. I could definitely learn, but I don't know how to do it. But I'm sure there's multiple YouTube videos on casserole carriers. Of course, they won't look like, as far as that fabric choice, that was on point. I'd buy that if I saw it at a craft show. Ain't gonna lie to you. All right, next on the list we got is Sherry with a C, our lovely Sherry. And I have two things to show you. The first one, Sherry actually made the octagon Christmas tree skirt that we did in December for one of the... Oh no, in December. We did it in November for the November Christmas Wednesday. And she finished it just in time for the holidays. Did she not do the most cutest thing ever? I love it. And okay, so on mine, I don't remember what color I have for border, but it's not that. I want to say mine's teal. I like the white. I think it made it pop better. I really like that. I love her color. The way that and I don't know what the backing is. You'll have to tell us. Beatles was the front of the t-shirt. Okay. And the other one was the back. Something in the future to make. Getting much ideas. Yes, Kitty Cat, you will find our cherubs are very creative and inspirational. Sherry says, too pretty to carry the casseroles in. She's too messy. Well, you can wash it, Sherry. That's funny. But yes, Sherry, you did a fantabulous job on the octagon. It's octagon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I kept calling it a hexagon in the video. I don't know why. It's got 8 sides. You did a fantabulous job. This looks fantabulous. Now, I will tell you, Sherry has, for Christmas, received a stitch regulator for her machine. She could tell you which machine it is because I can't ever remember what she has. But then she started to do quilting with it because now she can regulate those stitches. She's absolutely loving ruler work. I love ruler work too, so I can understand her passion. And so last year we showed you her sewing machine topper. It's like a wall hanging size. Super cute, love it. So I'm going to show you the front side. She actually has it finished now. It is D-O-N-E, done. It's no longer a UFO waiting to be quilted. And she did a great, great job on this. And she was loving the new stitching with her regulation and loving her ruler work. And she went one step further and she shared the back. And she's right. The back is just as beautiful as the front. I think Sherry's on her way into doing a whole cloth one day. I bet you could absolutely enjoy doing some whole cloth quilting. Isn't that just too cool for school? Sewing with Luane, cute. Dawn, oh my gosh, love the houses. Yeah. And Kitty Cat, I hope one day I will be as good as y'all. You will be. Oh, wait till they see what you've done. They're going to be blown away, okay? Which does bring me to hers. I do have Kitty Cat here in the pictures. But Sherry, keep sharing what you're doing with this ruler work and your quilting because it's coming out. I mean, it's incredible. You're doing awesome. So awesome. Kitty Cat actually came to me during in the crazy quilting. She found my videos and she started. Now I want to say I will quote her here. It says, never used fabric, needles, thread, and all of that stuff. That's her quote. So she's never done any of this. Okay, this is her first everything. This is her first piece too. And what this is what she called a crazy quilt. And I'm guessing you typed this correctly, but crazy quilt / slow stitch needle book. Okay. Wait till y'all see this. Now, she asked me a question about tapestry needles. So we're going to come back around, and that's part of what I wanted to do, because when a cherub asks a question, and I think a lot of people can benefit, or if it takes too much time for me to type everything out in a comment, I usually will try and answer them here in a cherub chit chat. So never, ever stop asking. Ever. You're going to help a lot of people. For real. All right. So Kitty Cat is making this crazy quilt slow stitch needle book. Oh my gosh, so pretty. He loved the colors with the I'm guessing with the sewing machine. Yep. Dawn, you'll have to watch the replay. Have a great one. Yep. Glad you stopped by, Dawn. And hello, Miss Bell, and she says hello, Angel, and everyone. Happy blessed New Year. Happy new blessed New Year to you, Miss Bell, our favorite Southern Belle. We're about to share Miss Kitty Cat's first piece ever with fabric, needle, and thread. Are y'all ready? This is crazy. Y'all are going to love this. I'm blown. So, it is a book per se. So, the first 4 pictures are pages, and the last 2 are the covers. Okay? So, this is a page. That's pretty, right? Very, very pretty. She's doing a fantabulous job. Look at this, guys. This is insane to me. I can't believe she's a beginner. She definitely has a very, she's got a gift. It's all hand stitched. Look at that. Like, what? Is that not gorgeous? And on this next picture, it's the same thing, I think, but she's adding lace and other fabrics across the top there. And maybe that's the outside. Maybe I got all these pictures all kind of goofed up. I don't know. I just love looking at the crazy quilting and at her embroidery work. It's stunning. And then here we are. That definitely looks like a cover to me. Could be wrong. Isn't that something, guys? Never ever has done any of this. And it's all hand done. She's not using a machine. What? Yeah. Now, I wanted to share this too for all of you, because I am doing the fun kind of version. I'm just having fun with Christmas fabrics, but you can make them extremely elaborate. You can make them fun, make a novelty out of it. They could, certain colors, even you could even do it with trying to think, solids. You could just go completely modern or completely vintage or completely fun or completely elegant. The thing about crazy quilts, the one thing I just love, there are no rules. Now, the difference, for those of you who are new, the difference between crumb piecing and crazy piecing or crazy quilts will have embellishments. A crumb quilt won't have any of the embellishments. It's just the fabric, okay? So it's basically crumb piecing with embellishments is a crazy quilt. That's one of the few guidelines, okay? Other than that, it's totally improv. And it's just magical. It's magical to see people's creation with crazy quilts, because it's just incredible. Now, she did tell me that all of her fabrics, or most of her fabrics, let's start with that. Most of her fabrics are clothes, and she just cuts them up. Super awesome and super brilliant. Now, her question was, excuse me, she's doing it all hand stitching, so some of it is very, very thick. Oh, let me read some of these real quick. Yes, but not done with the pages yet. Correct. Okay. That's what Kitty Cat said. She is not done with all the pages yet. Miss Bell says, beautiful. Sherry, great job, Kitty Cat. Love it. Super unique. Of course, Kitty Cat's smiling, and I think she's blushing in her emoji there. I think that's so cute. Sharina, fantastic. Isn't it, Sharina? My mom, who loves this kind of stuff. Beautifully done. Love that she hand stitching. Yes. The lace around is for the closing. Okay. All right, very cute. And then the last was the back. It is darling. You're just, it's amazing to me that you've never done anything like this and how far you, I mean, it's incredible, period. It's very elegant and very well put together. You are doing amazing. Nobody would guess you're a beginner. Nobody. But, so we got back to her question here. So she's having issues with, I'm guessing, the thickness of the thread and the needles that she's using to get through the thicknesses of the fabrics, because she has a lot of different fabrics, and she was wondering if I could tell her what kind they were. I could see some of them, but no, not all of them. No. Sometimes things even like silk or like silk, you can have the organic version, the natural silk version, and then you can have a synthetic version, and it's really hard to tell apart in just looking at a picture or even just looking at them. But sometimes when you feel fabric, you can tell if they're organic or not and what they are. I mean, I'm just gave silk as an example. So, and I am no fabric expert. Okay. Y'all watched me during the crazy quilt and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but maybe you do. I'm using it. So I know quilting cotton. That's what I know. Outside of that, there's some things you can tell, like velveteen or whatnot, but, or different silks. But other than that, no. And with crazy quilting, it doesn't matter what you're using. But you're struggling. And your sister or sister-in-law suggested that you use a tapestry needle. And you were a little concerned with that because it has a blunt tip. And you know what? Good thinking. So what I've done is I got 4 different types of embroidery needles. And I got a little of them preloaded for you. So let me switch cameras here. If I can figure out how. About 60% of my fabric comes from the thrift shops. Very cool. See, we got another guy, who just loves, and it's very resourceful. Before I switch here, that's extremely resourceful. And I love that because you're taking something that somebody didn't want anymore and you're making something beautiful. And I know that Sewing with Luane has made some wall hangings and such, and he does a great job using those fabrics. And man, I had no idea you were getting them from a thrift shop because they look awesome. Kitty Cat says, blushing big time. Thank you so much. No, it's well deserved. And welcome to the Halo community. We appreciate you coming along. And this is one reason why. When we get to see works from you guys, it means the world. Okay, so let me figure out how to switch. Now, I've got a glare, but we're going to take care of that, taking some of these needles out. And I am a little close. I'm hoping I'm close enough. So I'm switching gears here, guys. Switching cameras. Now, you can see the glare, but I'm going to do my best here. So what I've got here, I've got embroidery needles. Okay. I've got crewel, if I'm saying it right. I have an accent sometimes and I don't pronounce words correctly anyway. So I'm hoping it's crewel. That's what it looks like to me. We have tapestry needles and we have chenelles. Okay. Now, when I started doing this crazy quilting with embroidery, I am not a hand stitcher. I didn't never like it, but I love doing it on this crazy quilt because it's all experimental. But what I want to do is pull some of these out and talk about them and when you would use them and why. So I'm going to just pull out. Now you'll see the important thing with this is an embroidery needle. Okay. And I wanted, before I go pulling any of them out, I wanted to share with you embroidery and the crewel. Now, those words are used interchangeably. Okay. They are the same needle. However, and I only have one size of the crewel. They do come in several different sizes. Okay. The larger the number, the smaller the needle. So an embroidery needle are typically small needles. And once they reach a certain size, so like you might find embroidery needles to be 12, 10s, and 9s. Now, I don't know what size these are. They don't tell me, okay? It says 5 through 10, okay? So I'm guessing these are 10s and these are 5s. Okay, but usually you'll find like 12, I'm just giving an example, like 12, 10, and 9 might be your embroidery needle, because the larger the number, the smaller the needle. Oh, so I did that backwards. This would be 10s, and this would be 5s. And then your crewel, they're also embroidery needles, but they're like 7, 5, 3s, and 1s. So the smaller the number, the larger the needle. They're the same needle, it's just they call them something different whenever you have a different size, okay? So, and understanding that, I'm going to pull one of the bigger ones out because my crewels are bigger than this. So this is my embroidery needle, okay? And I'm going to hold it up. Let me make sure I watch this chat. Okay. Let me pull out a crewel needle. And I don't know what size it is. It doesn't tell me. It's bigger. That's all I can tell you. All right. So, what's interesting or what's fun about a embroidery needle and a crewel needle, because remember, they're the same thing. They're just, these are bigger. These are smaller. Okay. They have a point. And they have a shaft that's a little, or not a shaft, excuse me, an eye hole that it's a little bit larger and a little bit more elongated than like a sharp or a regular sewing needle. So you can get some other types of threads in there. And the crewel is just bigger. Okay. So I'm trying to, let me see if I can do it like this. See if this helps. Okay. Maybe not. What do you think, Michael? What do I need to do here? Maybe on the back? Maybe some paper. I can get a piece of paper if I need to. That ain't gonna work either. Let me see here. You gotta help me out here, Michael. You're not helping. Ooh, what about some?
How am I supposed to help you? I'm just doing your thing.
I'm trying to get a good visual here. All right.
Okay.
Can you see? No. Maybe I need to focus. What if I focus? Gonna wiggle it. Okay, that's a little better. You can see how those holes are elongated, the eyes, and a little bit bigger. Your sewing needles or your sharps, they're more like some of a circle, and they're a little bit like they got like a little, kind of like a circle, basically. I'm trying to think of a word, maybe like a bump. These are more elongated, okay, and they're a little bit bigger. So you can get some of your bigger threads in, okay? Now, I will tell you, well, we'll just keep going and then I'll come back. Okay, so this is my embroidery needle. This is my, and you can see it's a little bigger, my crewel. Now I'm going to pull out a tapestry needle. And I will say that both of these have sharp ends. Super important, okay? All right. So now I'm going to pull out a tapestry needle. Now, these ones, I will say.
You will say?
Yeah, my ear's coming out. They are blunt on the end. Okay? So, there's no point. And the hole's pretty good size. Okay? Keep wanting to somehow show you that. Okay, but the one of the most important, of course, is the size of the eye hole, but it's also, the tip is blunt, and this is where her concern comes in. The tapestry needle is designed to be used on any kind of fabric that is even woven, and you can count the holes. It gives you a very honest hole. You can see the hole. So, this is my counting. It's 32 count. It's made of cloth or cotton, but it's got a hole, and I can see the holes. So I can, like I did in the video, and I'm able to count. Now you can use certain fabrics like this, and you don't have to count holes. You can do regular embroidery and just be free flowing. That'll work too. But the tapestry needle is used for the ones that have these holes, so it doesn't pierce and ruin your fabric. Okay. And other types of things, linen might have holes that you can see really well. Certain types of linen. Also canvas, they definitely have holes that you can see. And there's different sizes of all of that. But that's what this is designed for. So now we have embroidery needle, which you can use with tight wovens, right? Things that you can't see the holes in. Your crewel, which is the same as embroidery, but a bigger needle. We have the tapestry needle, but guess what? We've now got, and here's where I think you're going to be interested. We have chenilles. And what a chenille needle is, I'm going to pull one out right out of the middle. These ones range from 18 to 20. The larger the number, the smaller the needle. So 22 to 18 or 18 to 22. Okay. The larger. Did I say that right, guys? No, the smaller the number. The smaller the number, the larger.
Bigger it is.
Yeah. Okay. So I was right though. 18 and 22. Okay. So here it is. Now, what is a chenille needle? Guess what, Kitty Cat? You're going to love this. It is the blend between a tapestry needle and a crewel or embroidery needle. It's the blend of them. Okay. So what you will find is you have a point instead of the blunt side. Okay. And it has the elongated eye, like we so love. And it can handle even ribbons. Whoops, I'm out of camera view. It can even handle, like if you want to do some kind of, like I didn't do that I planned on it, but I ran out of time and space for the crazy quilting. But you can actually use ribbon, and using a chenille needle, because of the point, will help get the ribbon through the fabric. Okay, so if you're struggling, I love the idea of the tapestry needle that she was talking about, but if you want that point, then you'll want to, look how big this one is, guys. I know a piece of ribbon will fit really nice in that eye. Wouldn't that be cool? And then it has the point. Look, I've wrote on myself. Okay, so it has the point to help get through the fabric. So that might be what needs to help. Now, as far as these, I did say you want to use your tapestry for more of a counted. I will tell you, when you're picking your needle, here, let's just go with this one. It's a pretty, well, no, let's go with the chenille. I like the chenille. When you pick your needle, I'm just going to poke inside. This is just quilting cotton, okay? And I've already played with this idea. So whenever you do this, look at the size of that hole. It leaves a hole. Now that's not a big, it's damaging the fabric is what it's doing, okay? However, if your thread is going to fill that hole, that's not a big deal, okay? If your thread is really thin, like you're using 50 weight or something, it's going to, something a lot thinner, even like maybe 2 strands of DMC, it won't fill that hole. Okay. So then you're going to have this big old hole, and, your thread's going to be, the hole's exposed, basically. All right. So you want to find, for the work that you're doing, the size of, fabric that you're using, the size of the needle. But saying that, you also want to think about the thread. So I have a pearl cotton here, and if my memory serves me right, it's a size 5. Now I did all this pre-video because watching me thread this would have been a nightmare for you guys. Yeah, you ought to have been laughing. But it's on a embroidery needle. This is an embroidery needle, and it is pulling on my thread. Okay, so you're starting to see my thread come unraveled. That is a no-go. This is too small of a needle for this thread. Yes, it won't leave as big of a hole. And yes, the thread will definitely fill the hole. But it's actually, if you use too small of a needle, it also isn't thick enough. So your thread's actually making the hole instead of the needle making it for the thread. And as the thread moves through the fabric, it could shred the thread. Okay? So it's real important that you find that right size. So this is too small. This was an embroidery needle. All right. I have another one here. Which one is this? This is a larger, it's actually an embroidery needle, because I didn't get the crewels till today because I didn't have any. Oh, no, I did. I just didn't open them. Yeah, I had them, but I didn't open them. So this is probably a number, I don't know, a number 5 embroidery needle. And I will tell you, my thread, it goes pretty good. It's hanging on to it just a little bit. So this is like the last size I would use for this pearl cotton thread, because I can feel it pulling just a little. It's not as free flowing. And again, it's actually, I think, thick enough so the needle is making the hole. All right. And I don't hear anything. Sometimes when you pull on thread and you hear it going through the fabric, that's a big no-go. I don't hear anything with this one. And it does feel the hole very nicely. The thread is not making the hole. The needle did. So beautiful, beautiful. I actually wouldn't mind doing that. The last one, I wanted to just share this with you guys. This is a tapestry needle. Like I said, you should use this with things that are where you can see the holes. I want to tell you, I tried it. Oh, here, I'll go the other way. I could go through my cotton fabric with this. Sounds a little funny because I have too long of a tail. But I actually heard something there. But it fills the hole, and it was able to go through. But if I had multiple layers, I've done it, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a nightmare. I thought, oh, I'll just use a tapestry needle and try to go through several layers of fabric doing my embroidery on the crazy quilt. I ended up making this huge, gigantic hole, and my pearl cotton was too small of the hole because I was trying to force it because it didn't have that point. Okay, so that's where the what are they called, guys? The chenilles come in, because they do have those points. Okay, they are pretty like that. Oh, here it is. Here's the chenille. So, and it will fit this thread. I know I could. That hole's so big, it's probably too big. I'm cutting with my left hand. Do you think that works well? I'm right-handed. But it'll go through very easily. I actually think this needle's too large for this pearl cotton, particularly. But if it's too hard to thread, way too hard, you're probably using the wrong size needle. Way too easy, probably using the wrong size needle. Okay. Now this will make a big old hole. It will make a big hole. That's a good size hole right there. Right there. Okay. So you have to be very cognitive of that. And of course, I have a self-threading needle, and it goes through very easily. It has the point. But see, that this is a 50 weight thread that I'm going through, and it makes that hole just perfect. It's not too big. It's not too small. So you want to think about the fabric, and you want to think about the size of your thread that you're using, or if you're doing ribbon or any kind of thing like that. But the other thing I will tell you that a tapestry needle is very good for, because it has a blunt end, very good for whipping your stitches. Okay, or any kind of stitching where you're weaving through other stitches, because that point will prevent, that blunt end will prevent it from shredding the other threads that are already there. Okay, so it's a good use for whipping and other kind of weaving, and then also for any holes that you can see in the fabric. Does that make sense? Oh, it is very pretty thick thread. Okay, so Kitty Cat says she just tried DMC Cotton Pearl. That's what I did. I love it. Now, I will tell you, it has a little bit of a sheen. And I can't remember. There is another type of twisted, because this pearl cotton is, you don't pull the pieces out, okay, like you do DMC thread. You don't separate the strands. They're all twisted. Now, the pearl cotton has a little bit of a sheen. Okay, it's a little bit shiny. There's another, and I don't remember the name of the company, but there's another twisted thread with different sizes, but it doesn't have any sheen. It's a matte color. Just an FYI, wanted to make that aware for you. Now, Kitty Cat, I am no expert. Let me come back at you. Let me make sure I'm good. I showed you everything I wanted. Okay. Now you come with the same thread. Yeah. Tried whipping yesterday. Better with blunt needle. There you go, kitty cat. See, you're learning. You're going to be better than I am by in no time. Let me switch back here just a second because I'm going to move my camera for something else too. Whoop. Okay. So what I wanted to say, kitty cat, at the end of the linear stitch, that was our last video, right? And I might have done it at the live one. I don't know, but I'm going to put it on this one too. Sarah Humphrey is a professionally trained embroiderer. There's a couple of things about her. She's got a ton of videos. She's a great teacher. She knows what she's talking about. I don't. I'm just kind of learning, and I'm just sharing what I've learned so far. But I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination. This is a whole new thing to me. And so I'm not your guru. But Sarah Humphreys is really a professionally trained embroiderer, and she's great. And she has her own YouTube channel. And she answers a lot of questions. She also has a membership, and they do different projects and different things. So you could look for that. But that, I didn't find her till much later into all the videos I was doing. I learned everything from books. And I did talk about that. But Sarah Humphreys is definitely a good place, a good resource. And she talks about threading needles. She talks about different types of needles, different types of fabric. And because she does this, now, of course, crazy quilting's a little different because we use a whole bunch of everything, right? But to understand the different fabrics helps you understand how to use the different needles. So she does all of that. She breaks them down into all the beginnings, and then she takes you into different places. And on her website, she has free patterns. She has paid patterns if you're really starting to like embroidery, or needlepoint. Needlepoint is actually done on that counting fabric. Good use for tapestry needle, right? So she's got it all. And I think she's a very valuable resource if you are enjoying this and you want to learn even more stitches. Because I only gave you like 5. Very basic, right? So I wanted to pass that on. When we get off here, I will add Sarah Humphrey's YouTube channel to the description box. And I don't know. Thanks. You need to look for for the other brand. You mean the other type of needle, the Chanel? It's there are different brands that make them. Oh no, you're talking about the thread. Yeah, I can let you know. I'll send you a message, kitty cat. Hello there, Colleen Sews and Chats. She says hello, Angel and everyone. Yes, I made sense. Okay, good. Because sometimes I talk, and if I don't get feedback from you guys, we're in trouble. So, listen, I even went out and bought beading. They didn't have them the last time I went in, because I don't carry this in my shop. So I just went to Joann's to find needles, and they're Drits, and I like Drits. I don't know. There are other needles that are much fancier and much better made, I think. I don't know. I'm not a needle guru, okay? But my mom bought me really nice straw needles, and I love them. They're not Drits. I'm sure they cost more money. But I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still playing with it. So, you know, for less than $3, I feel like I did pretty good. But they're beading needles to help me with beading. Now, the eyes on these suckers, oh, y'all. Yeah. I'm going to need help. They're tiny. Which they should be, because beading needles they're equal across the entire length of the needle. So that when you're going, I think they are. So whenever you're going through the bead, it'll fit through that hole. And I have some really tiny beads that I don't have any needles that will fit. So I thought, oh, these beading needles will work great. So I'll let you know in the future how that works. All right. Kitty cat, are there any other questions while you have me at your disposal? Because I'm going to switch my camera around. And we're going to go to the next segment. And then I have some new product to show you guys. Okay, good. Oh, thank you, Kitty Cat. Kitty Cat says, yes, she did look her up. We're talking about Sarah Humphrey. Thanks for sharing. She is amazing. She is. And then she said, so are you. And I appreciate that. Oh, look. Listen. Oh, what do I say? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I got that one.
Thank you very much.
That was better.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit that twice. I'm sorry. But yes, thank you. All right. You learned a lot. Thank you so much. Okay. You see the panel. Missed all the great shares. Oh, hashtag replay. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to move into the product segment, Michael. You know more about the products than I think anybody does right now. Oh, because you've been messing with them. Not physically, virtually.
Yeah.
Ooh, there we go. I'm getting it. Yeah, I'm getting. It's funny because I can't tell you what size needles are, but I can now look at different needles and I can say, okay, this is a crewel, this is a tapestry, this is, a Chanel. I can tell now which ones are which is a good thing. All right. So speaking of products, before I switch, yes, so many of you talked about this panel back here. It is part of the line that is, let me get my notes back out. I'll screw this all up. The collection name is Home is Where My Honey Is. Hence, Home is Where My Honey Is. Isn't that just simply darling? We've got some cute little bees with hearts and daisies. And, of course, the hive is the bee home. Bee hive is the home. So, yeah, this is super darling. I've been so hesitant to buy more panels because I don't sell a lot of them. And so they tend to sit. And I can't afford to have products sit because then it's, it's not doing anything. It's dead. And, it's kind of like if you have a coin collection, if you never sell them, yeah, they can have some worth, but they're only worth what you can sell it for. So if I have a bunch of panels sitting, they're not worth anything. Okay. So, but I saw this and it was just so darn cute. So darn cute. I am going to do something with this. I haven't decided what, but along with that are 5 other fabrics. Now we only got part of the collection. So Home is Where My Honey Is. It is by Gail. Oh, I hope I say her name right. Cadden. It's Cadden. And it's for Timeless Treasures. Love me some Timeless Treasures. So it's part of an entire collection. We had 2 of the bolts come in and we also ordered, there's a total of 5, but 3 are in back order. So I'm going to share you the 2 that we have. You can find all of this inside What's New tab to make life easy for you. Okay. So the first one, I'm going to switch cameras here. Maybe. Okay. Is called Yellow Honeycomb. For real. Let's see if I up the light just a little bit. I'm going to have to play with the color. It's actually a little bit more yellow than what this looks like. Okay. If I add too much light on top of this, it's really going to blind you out. But it's definitely named well because it's just a whole bunch of honeycomb fabric. I think this is adorable. Like I said, there are 4 more fabrics besides this one, and they get even better. So this is the first one that came in, Yellow Honeycomb. And the other one that came in, ooh, gotta love that bright against that black. Okay, now we'll see how this looks. I'm going to turn down the light just a bit. That's, well, one more time. Yep. Okay, this is a black color, but what this is it is motivational bee phrases. So we have be yourself, stick close to your honey, listen to the bees and let them guide you. I mean, just super cute. All kinds of sayings. Got some beehives, some honeycombs, some hearts, some daisies, some sunflowers. This is super cute for text fabric if you really enjoy words. I just thought this was darling. There's 3 more fabrics to this line. Then as soon as they come in, they will go up on the website. They're not even into my vendor. So I'm still waiting. They were supposed to come out in December, but you know how supply chain is. We're still dealing with that. And as soon as they come in, we will definitely let you know. The whole line, it's got gnomes in it, guys. I'm just going to tell you now. There are gnomes in this line. So You might be able to find some of the fabrics at other quilt shops because it depends on the order of which we placed. Some of us don't have it. Some of us do. Depends on the size of the shipment and how many orders they can fulfill. So if you're interested in this whole line, I definitely try some of your other places. I want to say, oh, here I'm advertising somebody else, but I think you can find them at Shabby Fabrics. Now, I don't know if they got all 5 in yet either, but you might see them, okay? They may have. I don't know. I didn't check. But it is an awesome line. They've got some really cute bee fabric. They've got a gnome fabric that goes with this line, and there's another one. Oh, daisies. All like, and there are several just daisies, and I think it's a black background, if I remember correctly, with all these white daisies all over the fabric. It's so super cute. Wanted to share that. So when they come in, we will definitely get them up for you, and I'll let you know that they did. Now, we're getting into spring, guys. So the last thing I want to share as far, oh no, I wanted another one. Oh, I'm going to do another bolt first. I cannot share any kind of, if I get a Lori Holt fabric in, I have to share it. So many of you, by the way, did you know that Lori Holt is from Utah? That's an ongoing joke for those of you who are new. You see the panel missed all the gray. Okay, wait. Cute panel, Belle says. Cute sound effects. Oh, thank you, Miss Colleen Sews and Chats. FYI, it's a stream deck. Colleen Sews and Chats also does YouTube. She has, obviously, Sews and Chats. She has, along with Sewing with Luane. He has a YouTube channel also. But that's why I gave her a little heads up what the noise effects are from. I got a lot. Like if somebody comes in here I can't wait. I can't wait to share what that noise sounds like. Okay, so Sherry, I am ready for spring already. Panel is beautiful. Sewing with Luane. I can see some nice sunflower and bright yellow borders. See? Sewing with Luane, you're on it. You're on it. You'd been looking for a panel to go with the charm pack I already had. This panel is perfect. I don't know what I'm going to do either, but it'll be used. Miss Bell over at Facebook says, beautiful fabric line. It is. She said, what? Oh, Colleen, she loves gnomes. What gnomes? I'm not shopping. I'm not shopping. Laugh out loud. Donna, Richie, glad to see you. Hello to you too. Glad you're here. Oh, Dawn, she's still aboard. She says, oh my gosh, love fabrics. Sherry is laughing about the Utah joke. I'm so sure. Sewing with Luane. Oh, yes. I'm guessing all about the channel that you have. And sharing my mom. Love the hexy flowers. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this. And maybe that's what Luane's talking about. I don't know what you're oh yesing, but Sewing with Luane. I like your oh yes. And thanks for the shout out. Oh, Colleen, absolutely. That's how we find each other sometimes, right? Okay, so this is Lori Holt, Be in My Bonnet, for Riley Blake Designs. Michael.
Yeah.
Did you know Lori Holt was in Utah?
Did you?
Yeah. Did you know that Riley Blake is too? Okay. Serious. I'm dead serious. So is Riley Blake. Okay. This is actually part of her calico line. I want to say that came out in Oh, I'm gonna make an idiot out of myself. I think it was December, but it might not have been. I did not buy anything else. What? I know. Shocker. From the calico line. But I loved this. They call it a cheater print. I think it's a grandmother's flower garden hexie, so it makes it look like you actually printed it. But all of these prints are found in her calico line. Okay? Super darling. I can't even say enough how cute this is. And I think it will make a great backing. I think you could buy some of this and then actually cut the hexagons out, the big ones, and then you could applique them very easily in different places. You could actually incorporate it into a hexie. If you cut them straight, you could actually attach hexies along your own. That's a lot more work, I think, but it could be done. You could actually, applique this on. You could take your own I don't know what size they are. I don't have a ruler nearby, do I? I do. Let's see what size. So we measure the side. Okay, what does that look like? An inch? They're a little smaller than an inch. That'd be really hard. Just a tad bit smaller inside of an inch for the hexie, but super darling. I mean, you could do so much with this, guys. This kind of a cheater print. This is amazing. So I couldn't pass it by, especially as much as you guys love hexies and Grandmother's Flower Garden and different patterns of such with English paper piecing. She, knocked this out of the ballpark. So I had to share. Got a Lori Holt fabric. We've got Grandmother's Flower Garden with the calico print line. All right, last but not least, we've got spring coming aboard, right? And Michael has got this up on the website. We actually have some more out there that I have to take some pictures of, and we have more fabric coming. I have, the only thing back ordered in December is from that honey is where home is where my honey is. But I have a ton of stuff coming in January. And I have a couple of things already here that I have to take personal pictures of because their pictures are terrible. They're like cartoons. I don't like cartoon pictures for you guys. So, this is called Pansy Paradise. It is this is a fat quarter bundle. It's the only way that I bought it. It has 12 fat quarters. Let me turn down the light just a bit. That's much better. Okay, so super darling. So of course you're going to have pansies, okay? Various different sizes, which I appreciate. You have a larger size with smaller size. We've got I always have to ask my daughter what this kind of print is called. It's pretty. Let's just go there. I can't remember. What are these called? Y'all can help me with that. So we've got, again, a different size of pansies to go. What is this called? It starts with a P. Then we've got smaller, even smaller ones on a yellow background. I don't know if those are, they look like blue bonnets, but they're not. They're definitely pansies. Then we got a scroll print in yellow. Butterflies. Look at those rich yellows and purples and the nice blue against that black background. Now, as far as this one goes, we also have it in blue, a light blue, that is. As far as the butterflies go, we also have it in a light blue. We have this in black, and we have that in blue. What are these called, guys? It's going to drive me crazy. Michael, what are these called?
What?
It's in the description. I forget.
I don't know. I gotta go looking.
No, let's see if anybody can see. The prints are so pretty. Oh, butterflies. Yep, my mom loves paisleys. Am I not saying that right, Mom? These are paisleys too. Look, Sherry. Mom says, Sherry. Look, Mom. Sherry says, look, Sharon. There are butterflies. Paisleys. They're called paisleys.
Okay.
Is it really?
In what?
Oh, so you're right. These are paisleys, and then these are pansies. See, this is why I get confused. Listen, that's why I end up sounding like a complete idiot. But that's life. Okay, so look, the last print in the 12 bundle. I'm going to open it up. This one's mine, guys. We've got a bit of words. So we have love grows here, down here. Beautiful can, fresh pansies, right? And it does say pansy over here, fresh picked.
What?
I mean, super.
Are those already on the website?
Yeah. It better be. Yeah, it better be. We talked about it. You said something about the... Now you got me wondering, Michael. Do you see him on What's New?
I don't... No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll get that up tonight. It should be up there.
I don't think you ever gave me those.
Oh, no, it's up there. I saw it today. It's a fat quarter bundle, 12 pack. That's how I know. Oh, I know it's on there, Michael, because I took some of the information for the video today, for the live. It's on there.
Oh, yeah, it's on there. Just
Yep.
so you know,
Okay.
it's on there.
Oh, you really had me scared. Okay, so
I thought I was confused.
we've talked about it. Look at even the little cute butterflies. Look, you could fussy cut. There's enough space around that. Oh, and little pansies. Yeah. I had to share this with you guys. We do have other fabric that's come in. I just don't want to overload too much. I'm going to come back at you guys. It's a beautiful bundle, Mom says. Beautiful bell. Michael Paisley. Oh, okay. Let me, how do I go back? Okay, I'm good. Love the word print fabric. Huh. Print fabric. You would make a table topper with it, Mom says. Did I use that word, Miss Bell? I use it all the time. But yeah, it is. There's 12 fat quarters. Michael, since you had it pulled up, what's the price of this fat quarter bundle?
54.
That sounds right.
54.49. 54.49.
Wow, okay, it's a weird number. $54.49. Because there's 12, so it's not a $130 bundle like we can find with some of Lori Holt's, because they're 40, or 30 or whatever. So yeah, Pansy Paradise by Timeless Treasures. It's cute. We have one other fat quarter bundle. I will tell you, it will be out this week. I have to take pictures of that one. And we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more bolts, I think, of fabric that have come in that I haven't shown you guys. But I didn't want to overload the video because, man, I can do it. Y'all, we could sit here all day and talk fabric if you let me. But the last thing that I wanted to talk about. So, a lot of you on YouTube, and this is a YouTube thing, so for anybody who's on Facebook, it works a little different because there is things you can do on Facebook. But if you want to, this goes for any YouTuber who qualifies, okay? So if they qualify for it, you will find in the chat, if we're live, if you are live with that person, somewhere on either your phone or on your computer, depending on how you're watching, there will be a button that says live. It says super chat. Okay? Right, Michael? Am I right? Isn't it called super chat?
Maybe.
And that's the way you can send different values of whatever you feel to support that person, to give them a little, because not everybody owns a quilt shop. Not everybody there are so many YouTubers. I mean, you can find, huh?
It says show your support. It's like a little money sign.
Right,
And
but I think those are
super
called
chat or a super chicker. There's two types. There's super stickers.
Oh, I
and
didn't
super
realize
chat.
there's a super sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's a super sticker?
It's just like, it's an animated image, and you just send money to make a pic. You send it in the chat so everyone sees.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you, I'll give you
hundreds of
some
them.
money, Michael, and I want you to do it just so everybody can see what I'm talking about specific. I didn't even know they had a super sticker. That's new to me. So,
Okay.
You can find a YouTube video on anything, right? And you might follow people that are gardening. They are DIYers. You might enjoy cars. I mean, whatever your fancy is, right? There's a YouTuber out there, okay? And on YouTube, if they qualify, you'll find the little dollar sign within the chat box, and you can hit that button and send them any kind of value, of monetary value. I mean, I've seen as low as $1, if I remember
Super
correctly.
chat lets you go from $1 to 500.
Oh god.
Super
a lot of money.
stickers I've seen 50 as the highest.
Okay,
Yeah,
but it
50
starts
is
at
the highest.
$1.
Yeah, see there, Colleen sent a
What was that?
Colleen sent a super.
Oh, she super chatted, but we don't see it, Michael.
I see it. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know.
Yeah, but
She didn't put a
the
message. It's just a highlight. That's all it is.
oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Miss
So
Colleen. So that noise that you heard, thank you, Colleen. She dropped $5, and she super chatted. Super chat is for the live. Thank you, Colleen. And then we got to come up with a plan on how to let people know. Oh, look.
Thank you very much.
We have to come up with something so that you can see how much we appreciate and who does that, because I think that'd be a really nice thing to do if that happens to us. I'm letting you know this goes across YouTube, okay? The other one is if you're watching a pre-recorded video or you're watching a hashtag replay, it's called Super Thanks. Again, there is a button and you can send people the money to tell them that you appreciate what they're doing and to give them a little support. Now, I will tell you, we do monetize here on YouTube, and we do get a little bit of money based off of our videos, based off of, commercials and different things. And obviously now I have $5 coming out of Colleen. Thank you, Colleen, again. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate that. I'm glad we all heard it. I just wish we could have seen it. So we got to fix that. Okay, Michael?
Yep.
Okay. So, at any rate, what we use that money for is very specific. So right now, what we do is we try to buy software. So what Michael has gotten most of it, or I think all of it, not just software, hardware. Yeah. So we've been able to give him a new keyboard because his was broken. We've been able to give him RAM so that he can function better when he's editing, because it takes up a lot. We were able to, what else have we done for you? There's something else. There's a third thing. I can't remember what it is.
Third thing? Was it the mouse? Or I thought you.
Well, the Stream Deck was from us. Correct?
The mouse.
The mouse.
You had to get a new mouse?
The mouse fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. So we got a mouse. So other things that'll come are cameras. We've been talking about going pro. Just if anybody's curious who does. Oh, it does say it. It says $5 from Colleen Sews and Chats. You are so wonderful. And then, here we are. Sewing with Luane says there is a $sign under the chat line. There you go. Oh, so did Colleen. Man, look at y'all. Okay, so if any of you YouTubers are wondering what I use for editing or what Michael uses, we use DaVinci Resolve. They're on number 18 right now. It is a free software from Blackmagic, but there's a pro version. It's a one-time, we don't have it, okay? But there's a one-time fee for your pro version if you so choose to buy that. And I don't remember what the cost is, but that might be something down the road that we use the money for YouTube for. We don't put it back into Halo. I mean, it is for Halo, but it's got a budget of its own, right? We're collecting those things that come from YouTube specifically just for the YouTube and Facebook videos, because we do live on both. Okay. So that's where all that goes to, or, just making video content, period. So it might be new cameras in the future. It might be a new camera stand to get a better overhead because of, what I have to do to get my overhead right now. It's not horrible, but it would be better if we had a better camera for it and a stand to go with it. So that's what that money is used for here at Halo. All of the YouTube side of it is put towards video content delivery. Okay. As far as DaVinci Resolve, I will tell you, you have to have a GPU, a graphic processing unit, instead of just a CPU. So some of you will have that, because I think Colleen has a GPU. And some people don't. So I wanted to make people aware that if you are watching this and you are a YouTuber or a content creator with video and you're looking at DaVinci from Blackmagic, then you will need to have a GPU. It's important that you do. All right. So I did want to talk about super chat, super thanks. So I covered that. And that goes for any YouTuber, guys, any of them. Plain and simple. Okay. If you like what you see and they qualify for them, you'll see that $ and you can show your support. And I will promise you they will totally appreciate that. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, we will be doing, you know how some YouTubers have a little join button? Okay. We're going to start that. Now, it's not going to be very expensive at the beginning because the only thing that we're going to open at the beginning is loyalty badges and emojis. And you'll get both with the same price. And it won't be very expensive. Okay. I've been fighting everybody here, but I'm telling you, we're going to hold that cheap. We're going to go as cheap as we can. Okay. Because we have a limit that we can't go down. So, that's going to be first. So you're going to see a loyalty badge and an emoji. So we'll have a list of emojis that you can use that if you are one of those people that have hit the join button and did that tier, you'll get the emojis that you only will be able to use, and also the loyalty badges, which means if you have joined to that side of the YouTube of Halo, there'll be one for the newcomer. There'll be an emoji, an icon, a badge again next to your name for a month, for 2 months, for 6 months, or whatever it is that Michael, he's the creator behind this. So whatever and I really like what he's doing, guys. I think you'll like it. But those are loyalty badges based on the term that the long term. But here's my question that I wanted to ask you guys. This is so important to us at Halo, and we're having conversations now so that we can deliver something that you would want and would appreciate. So, we have people who do patrons, right? And we have people who have the join button in YouTube, and they have different levels. We don't know specifically how we're going to deliver this to you, but we will be doing a membership type situation. But the question is, when you go to do memberships and you go to sign up for a patron, what are the things besides price? Because you want to get the value of your money. Who doesn't, right? So besides price, what are the things that you look for? What are the perks that interest you when you go to sign up for somebody's membership, their Patreon? No matter if it's on their website or in a Patreon situation or in YouTube, because there are memberships in YouTube too. What specifically do you look for? And what makes you excited to join? Because we don't want to deliver something that nobody's interested in. I mean, that's not the point, right? So we're starting to develop this now because we're getting to that point where we want to do something extra for those who want that membership. And we're here for your inspiration. We do have the free side, but we want to give a little something extra for those who want it. So let us know what you look for. Oh, kitty cat, your phone didn't let you?
Yeah. Colleen said, do you think you have to have a payment connected to your YouTube?
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so you have to have it pre-done before you could use it on it.
Yeah, you have to have your YouTube connected to a bank card, whatever. You do. You're right. But thank you, Miss Kitty Cat. That was really nice of you. And she's in the Netherlands, so we don't ship yet overseas. God bless her. We're working on it, but we don't have it yet. So that'd be a really good way for somebody to share support, including me, right? I can share support to other people across the world. It's in a big green box. Okay, it's funny. I know all the ways to spend money, Colleen says. I'm sorry. I love it. Oh, God, I love Colleen. She will have you going, girls. She will. You do have a GPU. Yeah. DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic. And there is a free version, and you will be able to do so much more. It will blow your mind. And if you have any questions, Colleen, you can always ask me, and I'll try to answer them for you with DaVinci if you decide to go that route.
Or me.
I think you have to. Okay, yeah. You're welcome.
You
Okay.
can ask me.
Huh?
You can ask me too.
You could, and you can always, I don't know how to, you could always message in Facebook. I don't know how people, or you can email us, because then Michael gets them, or you can look up Mayhem on his YouTube. Well, you don't have to. Halo. How would they do that on YouTube? You can send messages, and you can do it through Instagram. How do you send messages? You can't send messages. You can only comment, right, Michael, on YouTube?
I don't know.
So you could always drop a message somewhere, a comment, because then I see all the comments.
I can start adding like specific.
You gotta talk. You gotta talk louder. I can't hear you.
I said sorry. I was thinking while I was talking, so it came out quiet. I can start adding like a specific email or something that's mine.
Okay, that would be good. Like in a description box.
Yeah.
We can.
I can do that.
Well, we can also give them, because you are the director of IO. Yeah. So we can create an email way. I don't think you have one in.
No.
We can do that, but you have to watch it more closely.
Okay.
Which you should be anyway.
I get every email.
Oh, you do? Okay, so we'll just.
I get a notification.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to start doing, I'll make sure that you have your own little thing. And we'll put it in the description box. So if anybody has any questions, they can ask you too. Because you're the tech guy. And you know DaVinci much better than I do. So
I'm willing to help anyone that has questions. I may not be able to answer everything, but I can answer a good amount. And if I don't know it, I normally figure it out.
Or you can send them to somebody who knows.
Or I send you a video that taught me, and it's better explained than I can do.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that, Michael. We'll make sure you're set up. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Videos just for members behind the scene. You know, I got to ask that question. Overseas is so expensive. It is. Yeah, Colleen, I know about the book. Oh, we'll talk later. All right. So, yeah, you can always put in the subject line, "Hey, Michael," but we're definitely going to get him his own little, I don't know what it's called, where it goes to Halo, but it's just for him. You can put an email in the About page. Oh, you can put an email. You can. Yes, we do have it there, but we only have one. So,
right now.
Huh?
Let's not talk about the About page right now. All right.
Oh, not that one, Michael. The one on YouTube.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Okay.
I
Michael has to write a paragraph for y'all so you can see what Michael's about, and he's dreading it. Okay, so Sewing with Luane, videos just for members, behind the scene. You know, a lot of people say that. Okay, so there's a lot of ideas behind that, and if you can, if you're still here, Sewing with Luane. When you say behind the scenes, I know Fat Quarter Shop does something like that, and I know a lot of other people, but what exactly are you looking for when you say behind the scenes? There's a lot of ways to interpret that. Are you talking about things that most people don't see? So maybe it's the studio, maybe it's I don't even know, working on something and just showing that as a behind the scenes. So we're doing, maybe it's videoing the video being made. I mean, there's right. So there's a lot of right, Michael?
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to interpret. So what do you mean by that? Just out of curiosity, if you're still here. And yes, Colleen, never hesitate to ask. If you like what you see, we'll be here for you, okay? DaVinci, 18. Black Magic. I can't say it enough. It's awesome. It's my favorite so far. We used a lot. So we've been doing this one, I don't know what, Michael, 2 years now? Year and a half? 2 years. It's been 2 years. Because I used it before Michael did, before he was joined in Halo. So
yeah, I used a bunch of stuff. Like
I've used a bunch too.
Yeah, but I was like one of the people that like would run through and just test everything.
Oh, yeah. And as far as streaming, we've
Everything.
used a lot of different things too. We're happy with Streamlabs. In case anybody's ever wondering what I use Streamlabs. Because I know a lot of you are content creators, and I always want to put that little snippet in there because it's not just all about quilting and inspirations, but, you know, a lot of you do your own quilting inspirations or your sewing inspirations or anything else, and you do content, such as today we have Sewing with Luane and Colleen Sews and Chats. So,
She says yes to all of that, by the way.
oh, yes to all of the different ways. Oh, he says, that's a he. Sewing with
Hey,
Luane.
my bad. That was
Yeah.
rude.
I mean,
sorry.
Luane is a guy's name. Hello. So,
Dude, I've met a Michael that was a female, so I don't know.
true story. Yeah, you gotta check out Sewing with Luane, Michael, and then you'll know exactly. He's out of San Francisco. He very creative, does a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, he's a quilter. So, at any rate, I'll all of that. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. There's some things that make me a little nervous to show behind the scenes, just because, you know, it dips into even more. I'm pretty much am who I am on camera. I think, Michael, you would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, he knows me really well, right? He's my son. So I am who I am. This is me. You're getting me. Okay. But there are parts of me.
It's the things I don't do online that I would do in real life.
Right?
I'm just gonna say I'm an ex. I was in the military for a few years. That's all.
Oh, I know where you're going with that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's a bare one. That's a very easy one.
Yeah. So, but you know what? It would allow you more connectivity and allow to connect and allow to for you to see even a closer person than I am. I'm also an introvert, so that also makes it hard. But I can do that. And you're not the first person, Luane, to say that to me for the ideas. So I know that people want it. And I appreciate you telling, because in all honesty, the one thing I did tell the people in Creative Kingdom, our Facebook group, with all the Creative Kingdom cherubs, I did talk to them about this too. And the one thing I do not want to do is be one of those people who say, join this, you'll get this, and this, and then it never happens. Or it starts off good, and then life gets in the way, because it all does, right? We all get busy, we get sick, we get, all kinds of stuff. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying, if I say I'm going to do something in a membership that you're paying for, it's only professional that I keep my promise. So it has to be, we have to find a happy medium, but I don't even know what the happy medium is. I will definitely risk it for the biscuit. Okay. I will definitely go out and do whatever it is that we think, because it's a conversation of all four of us here at Halo. It's a definite conversation. So whatever we end up thinking, that's great. And if we don't get enough feedback from you guys, we'll design something and we'll risk it. And if it's not coming across well, or it's not something people are looking for, then we'll start to make adjustments. But that's why I'm asking now, because we're in the planning phase and the meeting hasn't happened with all four together. All four know, so their minds are churning. But when we come together, I want to give your input on what you look for. I want to hear from you what is important. Okay. So, that's why I'm asking. We want to open it up to you. We want to give a little extra something. And we want it to have value to you. But we don't know what that is without any kind of input. So thank you, Sewing with Luane. I really do appreciate that. Really, I do. Already Googled it. Save for later. Okay. I'm not shopping. And I'm not shopping. Johnny Sins, hello. Don't know
No,
Johnny Sins?
No.
Okay. Oh, look. Was it one of these?
Gone. They're gone. Yep.
Do you hear that?
Huh?
Did you hear it?
Hear what?
You didn't hear it?
What are you talking about? I don't have your. Remember, I don't have the stream.
I hope
sound
y'all
on
heard
it.
that. Do y'all hear all that? All my little extra little icon things?
Oh,
Oh.
everyone else, I can't hear it. I don't have your stream.
Oh, because you're
with
muted.
Volume.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't need to hear you twice. That would drive me insane. I hear you enough.
Okay, here's another one. Sewing with Luane. One more subs, and I will. Oh, very good. And you'll have a 50 subs giveaway. Very nice. Very nice, Sewing with Luane. One more sub. Very good. Kitty Cat, it's nice to learn more about you, even if it's crazy. Yeah, if you've been around a while, you know I'm a little bit crazy. Yep. Congrats, says Colleen too. Sewing with Luane. Yes, I heard the sirens. Okay. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. I was hoping that would happen. See, you know I am.
Oh, okay, cool. If you were gonna use it, you should let me know.
It's okay. You heard it too. Yes, you heard it. The sirens. Yep. The sirens, because there was a bad guy in here. See? So those are bad guys. Behind the scenes. Good idea. Okay, guys. So, I'm going to let y'all go for now. I've been on for an hour and a half. It's much longer. I already knew it would be. I warned you from the beginning if you came in from the beginning. And if you're still here. Yeah. Wow. It was a longer video. I wanted to be sure to first, because it was, I wanted to first start off with the Cherubs inspirations. And, welcome to all you wonderful new Cherubs that have come along inside the Halo community. We so appreciate you. And thank you for all you long-standing. And some of you here, I will say, are founders. We have founders. Miss Bell and Miss Angel. And my mom was in here, but, I know she's my mom. Those are founders. They were here. What the heck was that noise?
I can do it too. Okay. I had to switch my settings on my Discord real quick.
Okay. I just wonder, it's like, funny. I didn't hit that. But we do have people that have been around since almost the beginning. Very, 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 very close since the beginning. And we appreciate all of you too. So, and we look forward to doing different things for all of you. Of course, the inspirations, which actually brings me to next week. I'm going back to the basics, and I'm going to do something that is a little outside my comfort. I'm going to go live. I'm not dropping a video. It's next week. Because remember, we're usually doing every other week, but I don't count Cherub Chit Chat because this is fun time for me. So next week, I'm going back to the basics. And we're talking about live, no video drop. We're going to talk about the 1/4 inch seam. And I'm a little nervous because I got to remember everything I need. Okay, I've written out of content. I've written out all stuff. So I got to make sure that, like I forgot today, that whole calendar thing with the gnomes. I wanted to share it with you. I forgot all about it. So I'm going to make sure everything is ready to go. We're going to talk about my primary method, but we're going to really, there are so many ways to get the 1/4 inch seam, but what's important is that you understand the 1/4 inch seam. So that you can do your own personal method and understand how to check it. I know that sounds really simple, but there's actually a little bit more to it. I don't like doing lives because I tend to forget something, or like y'all know, I fell out of my chair that one time. So it makes me a little nervous. But we're going to go there, guys. We are going to go there live with you with the 1/4 inch seam next week. So it'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And even if you are a skilled, advanced, super guru in quilting, sometimes we learn a little something just from hearing something. And of course, it's going to give you an opportunity to ask any questions. And place any of your own suggestions, or to anybody who is out here, even the hashtag replay, because we have a lot of beginners here. And then we have also the wide variety of many different levels. And they may have something to add, or they may also, I watch people all the time, and I'm really comfortable with my 1/4 inch seam, but I still watch because I want to see how they're thinking and what they think and how they process, and maybe it can add even to my own little system. But that's what we're doing next week. We're going to tackle the 1/4 inch seam live here on YouTube and Facebook. So I hope you'll come along, and I hope you will join us for that. I'll talk about the next video next week. And last but not least, I just want to say thank you to all of the cherubs who have allowed me to share your inspiration and your creations. And this week we had Dawn, Sherry with a C, Sherry with an S, and Miss Kitty Cat. So thank you so much for allowing us to do that. And thank you all for coming by and stopping by and tuning in. Yeah. And thank you, Colleen, for the super chat. I don't even know what to think about that. I'm just floored by it. So thank you so much. Ben Fun, loved the fabrics. Thank you explaining all the things. Miss Angel. Yep. Yeah. Miss Angel is also a founder. Thank you, Angel and Mayhem. Take care and have a wonderful week. I need to learn how to do the scant. Oh, Luane, you don't have to learn. I'm going to tune in next week, 3 p.m. I think you'll learn something. It's not always about the scant versus the regular 1/4. I think you'll learn a little something next week. And I look forward to, hopefully you'll come along, because I'd love to hear you, and if you have any questions or if you have your own little input. And yes, Miss Mary, love you. You did miss it, but that's okay. Hashtag replay. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Michael?
Stay safe.
Michael always says stay safe. And I know Michael also appreciates you all being here. It means he has to talk less. He doesn't mind talking. But he just gets to watch and make sure everything's running okay. He is going to start inputting questions. Right, Michael? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we can look forward to like Mayhem's Corner kind of thing. He's going to start doing some stuff with our lives. So in the meantime, though, thank you again for stopping by. Hope to see you next week with that 1/4 inch seam. And until next time, may you all continue to be inspired, productive, ever so joyful. Never stop believing, and never stop making your dreams and quilting come true. I love y'all. Happy quilting. Happy hump day. Whoop, whoop. And we'll see you all very soon.